Hi everyone, welcome back to Lynn's Everyday Ideas. I got asked to do a quick tutorial on how I did the glitter for my last two pages. This one is heat and stick powder and glitter. That's going to be my first tutorial. Since that one's a little longer, I'll do the second one with just glue by itself. You need a Versamark stamp pad. I use my Stampin' Up! Embossing Buddy to keep the glitter from sticking to the rest of the page. Obviously your stamp or your image. My heat and stick powder from Stampin' Up! Use whatever brand you can find near you. Your choice of glitters. I'm going to use my little X-Acto knife to hold it down while I heat it. And your heat gun. I got mine at Michael's with a 40% off coupon. It's just called Embossing Heat Tool. I think I paid less than $20 when I used my coupon. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is take my Embossing Buddy and wipe my image. You can see it's got glitter on it, but it doesn't come off on the image. And then I'm going to take my Versamark pad. I don't know if you can tell, I had a glitter mishap at some point. I'm just going to lightly press my image into the pad. You can definitely tell when it's wet. This one isn't wet enough. It doesn't need to be saturated, but it does need to, you'll be able to tell it almost glimmers itself. Take my heat and stick powder, it's white. Just dump it over the image. Make sure it's good and covered. Yep, of course I spill my glitter. And then just tap it off. You can see it turns your image white. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife just to hold the corner of the image while I'm heating it because the heat gun is very hot. And it'll turn clear when it's ready. It happens very quickly. So I'm going to take my powder and dump it back in. And now whatever your glitter of choosing is, you just dump it over the top. Again, you just tap it off. And now you just heat it just for a few seconds to set it. And there you go. You can, whatever your images are, you can layer them and make your own embellishments so that you don't have to pay $3 or $4 a piece for the ones at the craft store. You can also use this with stamps. Let me get this cleaned up and I'll show you. And I do always end up with some glitter somewhere it shouldn't be. It's a hazard of glitter, I suppose. You'll see I've already did a stamp on this end. I'll show you over here. You're going to take your Embossing Buddy and wipe it on the whole paper. Especially if you're doing a card, you don't want glitter somewhere it shouldn't be. Just take your stamp into the Versamark. Get it good and wet and stamp it down. And you just start the process all over again. Heat and stick powder. Back in the container. The most time-consuming part for me is putting the glitter back in the container and cleaning it up. Some nights I look like I work at a irreparable, is that the right word? Irreputable house. So I come home covered in glitter. Heat it to set it again. And there you go. You can take a little paintbrush or something to get the rest of this glitter off. Usually just tapping it works pretty well. Let's see. there you go. There's the stamped image. I've heard they do have Versamark pens. That's something I'm going to look for. So I could trace something and put some glitter on it rather than having to do a whole image. And up next, I'm going to show you how to use quick dry glue to do glitter. Come on back.